What's up guys, my name is Ace, and the Winter Siege event is now live for Call of Duty World War II, and today I just thought I'd go over exactly how everything works, how to get the new weapons which have been added and are now active and live, as well as how to maximize your odds of getting that, and just sort of the best way I feel to approach this system to make sure that you're getting the items that you want. So first up, the first thing we're going to be covering here is if you go into the new Quartermaster, who isn't actually the Quartermaster, it's kind of our Quartermaster for this event, you can go into the collections, and if you tab over to the Winter tab, you will be able to see all of the new collections that we have. Now, these collections work the same as the other collections in the game. If you get all of the items for a particular collection, then you get the collection item, which in this case is actually new variants of brand new weapons. If you get those variants, you get brand new weapons, and that's amazing. And the nice thing is you can just go and spend armory credits on this if you wanted, although these are a little bit more expensive to complete. I did the math just for instance on the Sten. The Sten is the one that I'm probably most interested in. If I were to just buy it outright with armory credits, it would cost 31,000 armory credits. That's a lot, but at the end of the day, like, this is what the armory credits are really meant for. So I think I am going to end up spending a decent amount of my armory credits on stuff for this, but not yet. I'm going to hold off on that because there's other ways to be earning these items, and I think you should probably grind out those items first unless you just really can't wait for the new weapon. So the next thing to notice with this Quartermaster is if you go to the Contracts tab, now you have contracts that are specifically for this Winter Siege event, and they award you a Winter Supply Drop. These are the ones that are all frosted. The other ones don't give you a Winter Supply Drop, but you can see the rewards there. By completing these contracts every single day, each time you complete one, you get a Winter Supply Drop. Now, the Winter Supply Drops always guarantee at least one winter item. Now, these aren't necessarily dupe protected as far as I'm aware, at least. I think you can get duplicate items with the winter event. I could be mistaken on that, like I said. But as you get these items, you get them for free or at the cost of an armory credit to buy the contract and then complete the contract to get it. But you get these items for free, and it helps you complete those collections so that you can get that bounty at the end, which are the new guns. In addition to these contracts, we also have brand new daily as well as weekly orders with Major Howard. So go check out Major Howard, and you will see there that there are many other ways to earn these winter supply drops, and it's pretty simple as far as these orders go. Now, all of this stuff sounds great, but there's actually an even easier way to get the base versions of these new weapons. This is with the special orders. If you go down to your special orders with Major Howard, you will see currently all it takes is completing 50 multiplayer matches and you get the Sten. It'll be the base version of the Sten, but you still get it 100% for free just by playing the game. This got me so excited to see. I'm glad that there's a direct way to earn it. We don't have to buy supply drops. You don't have to get lucky. We don't have to spend a bunch of armory credits. We just play the game and it's ours. Thank you, Sledgehammer. I just really have to say thank you for that. Now, the final way to get this, and I wanted to leave this one for last because I don't usually encourage this, is simply buy the winter supply drops through the Quartermaster. You can spend real money, just buy the drops and open them and kind of gamble your way up there. But at least it's not quite as bad as we've seen in previous years. At least you're guaranteed something out of those drops that are going to help you get towards the weapon that you actually want, even if you don't get the weapon itself in the supply drop. So it is kind of tempting to be spending money on this, but for me personally, I'm going to do my best to avoid that, although for the YouTube channel, if it gets down to the end of it, I might end up spending money on this. But overall, I would highly encourage you guys to hold off and just keep doing everything you can to earn these winter supply drops every single day. Log in every day, complete your contracts, complete your orders, as well as complete your weekly contracts and orders, or your weekly orders, I guess. I don't know if there's weekly contracts, but your weekly orders. If you're doing all of this kind of stuff, you will get all these winter drops. With those winter drops, you'll start getting items, which will help you get to those guns. And who knows, you might just get lucky and get that heroic variant of one of the new guns. That's possible as well. But I would say hold off on spending your armory credits for now. The reason being is I wouldn't want to spend all my armory credits getting everything for the Sten, for instance, and then the next winter supply drop I open just happens to be one of the really expensive things within that collection that would have saved me thousands of armory credits. So I'm going to hold off for a little bit. If I start unlocking like the epics within that collection, the more expensive ones, I might spend some armory credits on the cheaper ones just to finish off that collection so I can get that gun for a discounted rate, essentially. One other thing I almost forgot to mention here is you can also get winter supply drops just as those supply drops at the end of the game. So after every single game, there are people that appear to be randomly selected to get supply drops. Throughout this winter event, these are going to be winter supply drops rather than just regular supply drops. So there's also that. The more playtime you put in, the better your odds are of getting these drops. Now, as for the new guns, it's far too early to start getting into stats and how they perform and everything. Obviously, this event just launched. I don't have any of these new guns yet, but as I get them, I'll be sure to be reviewing them. I will be doing gun guides on them as well once we get the hard stats out for them. Just in case you guys haven't seen yet, we've got the GPMG, which is a new LMG. We've got the Gewehr 43, which is a new rifle. We've got an ice pick, which is a melee weapon. We've got the Sten, which is an SMG. That's the one I'm most interested in. And we have the trench knife as well, which is another melee weapon. And just before we wrap up the video here, I just wanted to point out, I will leave a link down below. They have actually released the full schedule for all of your orders and contracts and everything for this winter event. So you can actually plan your days and your weeks out. You know what's coming up for the next order, for the next contracts in the next day. I will leave that link down below. You can check that out and start a game plan, I guess, for how you're going to approach this winter event. So I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of this winter event so far? I don't think I really shared my opinion. I personally think they're handling it in a great way from what I've seen so far. If you want the new guns, there are ways around it to get it. You don't have to just get lucky and get it out of supply drops, although you can. There are other ways to work your way up towards these weapons, and I think that's excellent. Also, just the fact that you can do the daily orders and the contracts to get these supply drops, it gives you something to actively work towards in the actual games themselves, and I think this is amazing. This is going to be a great event. This is going to keep me excited and coming back day after day to come complete these orders and contracts, and I gotta give props here. They seem to have this thing really organized well. But of course, as always, let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with me. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.